Hey, hey,
Hey,
how long's it been? What, a month since we talked here live?
we've had trouble with the audio.
Yeah.
I've been traveling.
Mm-hmm.
One one Thursday, I was at my church because we're looking for a new minister, and I'm on the committee.
Oh,
And
that sounds complicated. How does that go? How big a crowd has to be involved in that before everybody's happy with what you pick?
well, there's a process. The
Okay.
so my church has it's divided up into districts. So our district is roughly a quarter of the state of Oklahoma. Um,
Okay.
so your house would be in our district.
Oh, okay.
We're southwest Oklahoma, um, and it roughly cuts through Yukon. So I don't actually live on the district, but that's
Okay.
fine. Anyway, so our district superintendent kind of oversees things, and we have I'm on the church board. That's why I'm on the committee. But so our pastor's gone. Today's his birthday. This weekend's his last Sunday. So we got an interim lined up so that we're going to have the pulpit while we're looking for somebody. And then he brings names. We're going to do some criteria. We got to fill out what am I looking for? What's the strengths of our church? What's the weaknesses? What do you value in a pastor?
Yeah, you got to find somebody that likes you too, right?
Oh yeah. So when we find somebody, we'll do a Zoom meeting with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think we vote on it. And
Will
it's
they
like
will they send film of
no. We'll do a Zoom. It'll be live like this.
well, I mean, will they send film of past
They can. I've requested that before.
yeah,
With our
yeah,
previous
yeah.
pastor, I said, "Does your church does where you're at now record your sermons?"
Sermons. By that term, I couldn't think of the term of what they might
Your
record or
speeches.
send you film of.
Give me your speeches.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot
Give
of
me your
after
speeches.
COVID, a lot of churches are on YouTube.
Yeah.
So once we kind of get some names, the pastor brings names. He'll probably tell us where to watch them, and I'll watch them all and see what I think.
Yeah.
And then we vote on them, and we might debate them. Not debate them, but debate about them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll narrow it down to one or two maybe. And then if the board agrees, we'll bring them in, and they'll preach, and then the church votes on them. If they get more than half the vote,
So then the church is brought in. They get it. They get it. So they get their say. Otherwise, I guess that would be dumb to force somebody down anybody's throat. In a position like that.
yeah.
Hey, so your travels. You went to California and you got a Fantastic Four shirt on. That means you picked up. You actually had a close encounter at Disneyland. Is that where you got that? You got that?
So I've had this shirt forever. This is
Oh,
not
okay,
this is not a movie shirt.
Okay,
But I did
okay.
dig it out after the movie came out.
Okay.
I finally saw the movie, by the way. Have
What'd you
seen it?
think? Well, no, I haven't seen it. I have to wait
I
on
thought it
all that
was
stuff.
really good.
Okay.
I
I think that's the consensus is that hey, they managed to make a good movie. How about
thought
that?
it was good.
Yeah.
Like you say, out in California, I met people dressed up as the characters, playing the part. And I'll tell you a funny story. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of echo. It's distracting me. So I met Sue Richards, and she was. I went up, and I was thinking like it was a cosplayer. And so I was kind of not. I was kind of put off when she asked me where I was from, and I said I'm from Oklahoma. She said, "Oh, I'm from out of town too. We live in New York." And I was like, "What?" And then I go, "Oh, wait a minute. This is Disney. She's not going to break character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
She can't break the kayfabe."
Yeah.
So she asked me like what I was doing. I said, "Oh, my wife's here for the engineering convention." And she said, "Oh, my husband is a scientist. They get along good. You know."
Yeah.
But I got pictures with her. And then later, we met Captain America, got dressed up like Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the same way. And I realized I was doing this wrong. I wish I would have thought about this when I was with Captain America. But we went back to Disneyland, and the Fantastic Four were one particular spot. And so I said, hey, I got this idea. I'm an artist. And I draw comic books. I said, can I get my sketchbook out and pretend like I'm drawing you? I said, I won't draw you. I'm not going to wait here that long.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be cool to get photos of me drawing you guys. Like I'm drawing superheroes for life.
Yeah.
And they thought that was cool. And they wanted to see my sketchbook.
Yeah, oh, cool.
And so it was the Thing and Reed Richards. And they were both like, well, I mean, they were like, oh, this is great, blah, blah, blah. I told my wife later, because she was there, she videoed it. I told my wife later, I kind of hated when someone was looking at my sketchbook or my art or something, I show them, and they're like, oh man, this is great. And they asked me if I do comic books, because there's a lot of superheroes in my sketchbook. And I said, well, yeah, I do, but not for Marvel or anything, it's small press stuff. And they're always like, oh, you should be drawing for Marvel, you should be drawing, it's like, that bothers me a little bit.
The Disneyland sounds like, I just love Southern California anyway.
Yeah.
Of course, I lived there for long enough. Yeah, you don't like it that much. I lived there from 86 until 2000 something.
I had a lot of fun.
2010.
Holy cow, it was hot in California.
Oh, it happened to be a heat wave while you were there, huh?
Oh my gosh. And it wasn't that hot, but there was no clouds, there was no breeze.
But it wasn't terribly humid, was it? It's a desert. It's a desert. It was humid.
Oh, yeah, it was not good. I walked. So we left. Okay, so we were 3 days in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had 2 days on my own, all the shows and meetings. So I walked, there's a comics, or a bookstore about a mile away, and I walked to it. And I didn't realize that it was your typical California sidewalks, retaining wall.
Mm-hmm.
No trees, no nothing. I begged going there.
Yeah.
It was so hot. And when I got there, the guy didn't have AC working in his bookstore. And I was going to leave, and I thought, I'm going to take an Uber because I'll die.
Yeah, you got to watch that.
And I couldn't get an Uber. There was no Uber. I couldn't, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I walked back, I did not die. And I said, you know what, I'm sweaty. I'm going to go sit by the pool. So I sat by the pool, and I really enjoyed that. In the shade, that was good. I sat there and drew, and I listened to the audiobook. It was great. I like Disneyland. Didn't care for California Adventure. I'll tell you, I think I told you this in an email to you and Mario. We went through Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a display that's kind of a diorama of the show, of the movie.
Right.
And it tells the story. It's got the book, and it's got pictures and models and stuff, and animated stuff, telling the story. It's kind of a walkthrough deal. You go in one side, you go up over the door, everybody sees a big arching door, and then you come down on the other side. And Michelle and I had Disney Plus, and we'd never seen that Sleeping Beauty. We kind of worked our way through some of the animated movies, but we didn't get to Sleeping Beauty. And so I saw it, and I go, we need to watch this. Something about it's always kind of put me off of it.
It's probably the Erlwind, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
that guy.
I think it was the art. I thought it would be more abstract.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought Mary Blair did that more.
Yeah, you're right. That's another name, Mary Blair, and the other
But
is
I
Earl
didn't
or
see it
something
in
like
the
that.
movie. I mean, it
Yeah,
was a little different than some of them, but it wasn't crazy.
yeah,
Anyway, so when we got back and we watched it, and I was like, man, I love that movie.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
It's really good. I was really impressed with it. We watched
Yeah,
it again the next
like I
week.
told you when you sent out that email, that was probably one of the first things I ever saw. And of course, that heroic moment. I mean, it's hard to even touch that heroic moment where,
And when he's fighting the dragon.
yeah, when he fights his way through the thorns,
Thorns,
that's
yep.
that's being a big hero. And then when he comes face to face with that dragon, and you can't have your back up against it any more than he had his back up against it, and he comes through. Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I had fun on the trip. It made me want to buy a lounge chair for the backyard so I could sit out, even though I don't have a pool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you could get some. There's a house on Zillow that that's over there in that park area.
Yeah.
Which, I like to fantasize about owning a house over there. But the thing I couldn't get over is like they showed the backyard, and it's a koi pond. It's like, now if you buy this, do all of a sudden you become basically the parents of these koi fish? Because my goodness, that's a big responsibility. You got to make sure those guys are all right. I can't imagine somebody having a koi pond in these climates around here, but I guess maybe they're all right.
No, people do. Yeah, people do.
I guess water is always a fairly stable. You can always manage to stabilize that temperature pretty easy.
I think the fish kind of hibernate.
Yeah, they probably just start moving slower, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, if they're popular in Japan gets really cold.
Yeah.
There's no reason to think that. Yeah. So that's probably. What was I going to tell you about that was kind of recent news? Oh, I'm back on working with my iPad every day with trying to finish off about 10 more panels of DL and Odious. And then I've got a total layout for a Kablam comic book. So those final 10 pages, and then I have to have a cover, and then I'm ready to go. I want to see it out in a comic book in my hands before I die. I'm just kidding. My other channel, I monetized that other channel, Plastastic. I'll put the links down below to that, because I want to start trying to promote that.
Oh, I'm getting checks on YouTube.
Oh, you are? Excellent.
Yeah,
How much?
I've crossed the $100 line.
Excellent. You've made more than $100 at this point.
Yeah, I'm at 103. I think.
Oh.
I should get a check in October.
Wow, $103. That's not chicken feet. That's pretty good.
That's over several months.
Oh, I thought you were getting a check all at once for 100.
Well, I am. But it took me several months.
Oh, okay.
To go. See, so.
Oh yeah, you are owed by us to you 103.
103 something.
103.43 it looked like.
Something like that. I did some of my videos I did in California really did well.
Oh really?
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't think
shorts.
there's any.
I messed up. They were shorts. That's what everybody's watching. Shorts, and YouTube doesn't pay as much for shorts.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Adam the Woo, he strikes me as the guy to copy. Just go out, walk around, talk. It's like, and then take it home and edit it, and then present it.
Yeah. Well, I
don't try to get away with this. Don't try to get away with this in a live stream. Go ahead and take it home and edit it a bit.
Well, it helps that he lives someplace interesting.
Yeah.
He lives in Florida by the theme parks. And in a city that was founded by Disney.
Yeah.
And then he travels a lot. I mean, there's,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a guy headed to hot spots. You're right.
And he's been doing it for a long time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, he was in a apparently he was in a punk band and travel, and he did some videos then.
Yeah. Well, what was his band's name? I forget.
Guttermouth.
Guttermouth. How about that?
There's about 5 of it. That was, I think, the most famous. I've never heard any of their music.
I think his biggest video is when he apparently, I've seen it, where he goes down a slide. He thinks he can use as a ramp on his bicycle.
Yeah.
And it just, it's already, it's aluminum, so it's not a good surface to be on anyway. It's given this way and that. And he comes off of it and he just buries his front wheel, which causes him to just do a sliding face plant.
Oh.
It's lucky it didn't kill him. But of course,
I did that when I was a kid on the street.
Oh, it's pretty amazing how much we put our spines through when we're kids. It's a good thing that's the age it'll take it.
Yeah.
I one time.
My neck has been killing me. I've got a crick in my neck all day. I've been trying to.
Have you been over your monitor doing stuff?
I think it's my pillow.
I've been doom scrolling a lot. I've been trying to develop the back muscles between the scapulas back there a little bit, and that'll straighten you up a little bit when you start working on getting a little bit of muscle back there. And I feel it's like all of a sudden, I remember probably about 5 years ago, it was almost like, okay, I'll try being straight up and down for a while. And I'd walk for a while straight up and down. I'd say, oh, that's too much effort. And I'd slouch again. But now that I've got a little bit of muscle, it's like, nothing to it.
Yeah. Taekwondo helped my posture.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I tell you what helped my posture was, they call it Niwaza. It's basically sitting on your feet.
Squat.
Yeah. In Aikido, no, you're sitting on your feet, just kind of like, it's just an angle of I call it
cross-legged.
No, not even cross-legged. It's. I'll draw a picture of it. Won't take but a second.
We'll see how quick your sketching skills are.
Yes, we'll see.
So how'd you get roped into sketching?
Well, I didn't get roped in. Actually, when I went to see the show, which was an invite, he talked about the fact that it was coming up, and I said, "Oh, that sounds like fun." And I first initially said, "Oh, I ought to do caricatures," but then I realized later I'm just saying, it was just like
I spoke.
Yeah, I realized that. Hey, who says I can do caricatures? That's the posture.
Oh yeah, I got it. You're kneeling. That was a good sketch.
Yeah. And it's basically how everybody sits in all the Japanese samurai movies. It's a typical samurai's sitting posture. But you'd be surprised how quickly the body can adapt to that. And the other thing that
my feet would fall asleep.
Yes, they do. But the other thing to learn to do, this comes from Aikido, is to walk from that posture. Is to it's like a modified duck walking. And when you can do that walk, there's a whole lot that has gone on in your lower body that is pretty cool that you've developed at that point.
Oh yeah. We were stretching. I was stretching pretty regularly, and then I kind of got out of the habit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's hard to keep up with any sort of discipline that you don't have time for. I make time every evening for about 30 minutes of survival calisthenics, basically. I do a lot of.
You do pull-ups?
Yeah, I do. A little bit of that, a little bit of mainly isometrics. You know,
Oh yeah, you're like Doc Savage,
yeah, exactly. I have my muscles fighting each other.
fighting each other.
A thin sheen of sweat forms on my beautiful body as I work out. Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, what do? I start out with the isometric that is most difficult. I start with it first. I stand with my back against the wall for this very dowager hump reason. My back of my head, my back flat as I can get it, my chin down. I hold that for 3 minutes.
Wow.
That is the hardest thing I do. And I tell you what, there's some days after I've doom scrolled enough, I get in that posture and I just about yelp. It hurts so much. It's
Just
like,
for getting
oh,
all your stuff aligned.
oh my God, I guess I need this. It hurts. And
So
then
my solution was I told Michelle I need to go get a massage.
there you go.
But my neck hurts, and I know her. If I went to the lady, she would work that, and it, oh God, it hurts so bad.
Yeah. They make you pay for that massage, don't they, when they're serious about
Oh my God.
how they do it.
She wears me out with that. When I'm not feeling, when I'm sore or whatever. And she knows. I don't have to tell her. She'll be like, oh, you're tight here.
Oh yeah.
Work it out. And she's like,
Oh my
elbowing
God.
me
I
or-
can't even stand the idea of it.
dude, one time when my calves were sore,
Oh my
and she
God.
said, I've got a tool I'm going to use.
Oh,
I'm like, "Uh-oh."
jeez. Stay away from her.
Dude, it was like a wooden spoon, kind of. But she rubbed it against my...
Isn't that funny?
And I'm thinking,
I'm sitting here
I'm
laughing,
paying-
and what is
I'm
the
paying
source of
$150 for this.
I'm laughing at suffering now. Isn't that a source of, I mean, if you see somebody else hurt,
Yeah.
you laugh at it, isn't that funny?
Yeah. Jackass.
Yeah, I know it. Okay, I do that up against the door, then I do a 1 minute plank, and then I do a bridge, which is also can be a difficult, basically you stick your hips up in the air while you're on your shoulders. And that may have cured that sciatica I had.
Oh, that may have.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
It
do
may have.
door for 3 minutes, plank for 1.
Mm-hmm. And then I do that bridge, and I count to myself about 30, and so that amounts to about 40 seconds or so. And then I do a dead hang for a minute.
Oh, wow.
Again, that's again where no exercise occurs.
Yeah.
There your grip has to be pretty good.
Yeah,
And
that's a
then
long time.
I do something for that. What do you call that? It's not the traps. It's the. No, yes, it is. It's the traps. The upper. It's the
You're
upper
talking about
upper.
between, like here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your upper traps. I've got a set of rings, and I use those to do some
You doing this?
upper
From the
track.
iron cross?
Well, I pull my posture to where I'm feeling the back of my back be what pulls me into that position.
That's one thing the lady that I was watching, you do like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I can
anything
see the
where you are
length of
squeezing on it, you squeeze your shoulder blades together a
Right,
little
you're-
bit.
But
And
you're
your head.
hanging too, right?
Yeah, but it's distracting. I found a better way to do it, where you don't use so much shoulder and everything, because you're also using all these muscles. What you want to use, try to isolate that trap as much as you can. And let's see what. So I do that.
I'll send you the.
Oh, then because I do have a bar, I do knee raises. I call instead of leg raises, I do knee raises. I do 20 of those, 20 knee raises, and that's for the abs. And then I do with those rings, I do my version of halfway to an iron cross. Basically, I go down and up. what would you call that, where you're just basically going up and down. But that hits the lower chest in a way that nothing else does. You're just doing press ups like this with those iron rings. And that
Where do you have the
really,
rings at?
the ring, they're cheap, but I have them on my chin up bar.
Where's your chin? Oh, it's in your brother's arm, right?
Yeah.
So I chatted you the link to the stretches that I was doing.
Uh-huh. Oh, you sent something to me?
Yeah, well, it's in the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, you did?
It's a 12-minute stretch that she does.
Okay. Huh. I don't see it in the chat.
You'll see it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. Live comments show up on. Huh. I don't see it. Show. Oh, wait a second. Show commands on stage. No. Enable chat overlay. Okay. Wait a second. Oops. Wait a second. I'm trying to get a credit card number out of me. I don't understand this. That always alarms me. It's an electric thrill through me when they wanted a credit card number. And what else do I do? Oh, and then after that, you'll dig this. I hold my my foot out to the side like I'm throwing a side kick. And I hold that 10 seconds, then I hold it back even farther, 10 seconds, bring it back, 10 seconds, over there, 10 seconds, and then repeat on the other side.
Golly.
And it said, yeah, that
Good
has given me the glutes I didn't know I needed until I got them.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's good having a set of glutes on you all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's what I need. My pants fit better.
Yeah. And
so
then
you see the chat.
I can't see anything on this chat.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on the comments.
Oh, whoa, wait a second. Where is chat?
I don't know. It says private chat on my window.
Huh. I don't see it.
Everyone in the studio.
I only have comments. I don't see chat. Well, this is new to me. I don't know. I want to see the chat.
You won't let me comment.
Huh. You can't comment. Let me see if I can comment. Post a comment. You don't have a box that says post a comment.
No, it wants to go to my YouTube. Okay, I just sent you an email.
Okay. Oh, you sent me an email. See that?
Yeah,
chat.
I see it. But at the bottom it tells me to join the chat. When I click on it,
oh, 12-minute daily stretch.
YouTube.
Okay.
Now it's asking for my credit card. No. Oh, that's it. You're watching it.
Yeah, I am.
A quick 12-minute full body stretch. This is a great little quick routine that you can throw into your day. It's great to do in the morning or in the evening, and you can even do this in the midst of your.
Let me see if I can share it. Or we don't need to see it, I guess. Or did you want me to share it?
Views.
Okay. Okay. So I got you. Okay.
That daily stretch has, let me see.
12-minute daily stretch.
9 million views.
Wow.
Well, I've watched it 100 times.
Oh, you like to stretch with her, huh?
Yeah, because it's got a timer.
Oh, yeah, that helps, yeah.
Our dog comes over.
That is one way I build habits. Is I have little timers, and I say, okay, I'm going to spend this much time. Those exercises I was talking about, and then I crawl for about I crawl forward and backwards about what amounts to about 15 feet, backward and forward, and I also get down on the ground and I go from crab soccer position to crawl position, back and forth, transitioning to that for about 8 times, or no, more like 16 times. And that's also a new exercise I didn't know I needed until I started doing them.
How did you develop this?
I developed them
routine?
from
'Cause you didn't do this forever.
No, I developed them from several links. There's the guy that's called Strength Side, which they're just crazy ripped up guys. You know, they're just nothing but muscle,
Yeah.
but they know about their muscles. You know. And then there's another guy called Athlean X. You know, like athlete lean X, and he's real. I could put these links down in this thing at the end of it, at the end of the show. But Athlean X, and then there's a other guy called Upright Health, where I got probably 3 or 4 of them I use. I don't know. He's the guy that's mainly gets you into the get up against the wall, hold your leg out, that kind of stuff is the kind of tips I got from him that I realized. And the other thing I do when I get to the park is the deep Asian squat. There's probably nothing more important for your mobility and your continued ability to, you know, just get around and get up and down.
Is that the way you squat on your feet?
Just as far as you can with your butt, just practically touching the back of your heels, you know.
But your feet are supposed to be flat.
Yeah, your feet are flat. And that really is a, you know, you see guys in Asia all the time. They're just sitting there smoking their cigarettes and their knees are up by their ears practically while they're relaxing, you know. And if you can relax into that position, you know, there's a lot going on there that's good for you.
Yeah, that seems like that'd be really good for your hamstring stuff.
Yeah. Once you get that down to where you can drop into that position without pain, you're ahead of the game on that. And I do some squats when now we're talking the separate workout that occurs at the park. That's when I do the pull-ups and the deep squat, you know, up and down, what do we call it? Deep, squatting. That's all it is. That's all the exercise is called, squats.
So are you in better shape now than you were before?
I wish I'd lived with such a well thought through workout my entire life, because I always put an emphasis on, you know, like everybody, get those abs ripped up, and while the rest of the whole body is just trash, you know. It's like, you know, figure out your whole body, you know. Try to. What else? Oh, well, we're talking about stuff. I'm trying to think about something I was doing artistically. Well, I told you about the iPad.
Yeah.
That's
now, what
fine.
made you go back to the iPad?
Well, I was using that program that was called Art Studio, but I decided to finish off this project with Procreate because I like Procreate so much. And I'm having some transitional difficulty, but it's all right. I get it. It's I mean, I will get it. I'll get through it. But I was trying to draw a car from just slightly above, and as it's going down the road, my God, it just was ugly on top of ugly. I just kept going up a layer, expecting it to improve after I started redrawing it. Some of the easiest things, because basically what were we talking about there? It's a rectangle. Looked up.
Perspective off?
Yeah, I guess that's it. I didn't try really to get my grid in place that well before I started. You know, I tried to.
Tricky because they're rectangles.
Yeah.
And how to draw Cargo says, it's 2 boxes, 2 rectangles. But when you look at it, it's not really 100% accurate.
No, they got a lot of. Yeah. That's yeah. Oh, well, that's the point of all of that Bridgman-esque kind of thinking is that can you put a volume that you know where you're at?
Yeah.
That's all you're doing with Bridgman is you're putting down a volume and extrapolating from that. Just continue to build on it.
Have you read this book?
I have that book in digital form. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
And
Okay.
everybody that gives a review of that book says, it's about time I delved into this book, because that's what that book requires. It requires that you dig in if you're going to get any use out of it whatsoever.
Yeah, and it's not an easy dig.
No, it's not. It's a guy that says, let's look at every little thing you need to know about perspective so that you know exactly. He comes from that California Design Institute, the CIA or whatever it's called, the California Art
No,
Institute.
it's Art Center.
Art Center, right,
Center, I think.
right. Yeah, the AC, I knew that part of it.
Yeah, it's good. Art Center College of Design.
Yeah, that's where all those guys come out of.
The problem is
Sid Mead.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he went there.
Oh, do you think he was more like Boston area or
No,
whatever?
I think he was Michigan.
Michigan, okay.
I could be wrong. But
I'll look it up.
here's the thing about it is it shows. I mean, because we know perspective. But it talks about breaking down the perspective and like how do you do. It's not just the thing in perspective, but how do you do the depth correct? And so it really is a little more advanced. But it's geared towards
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
art center thing, because it's a product design school where he was in the front.
Yeah, it's car designs, whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you make it out of. It says here, after serving a 3-year enlistment in the U.S. Army, Mead continued on at the Art Center School in Los Angeles, now the Art Center College of Design, Pasadena, where he graduated in 1959.
Okay. So a guy in my work, he went to the Art Center, but he went to San Francisco.
Well, yeah, I'm sure by now they have.
He was telling me that you had to do lines. They wanted you to fill a page with lines.
Right.
And it had to be straight and the same distance, the same,
Right.
Because what they did was they drew this stuff by hand. You draw the grid by hand. And so you had to be able to draw a straight line. That's hard.
Oh, yeah,
You're not used to it,
Yeah, it's like, you look at some of these tasks that say, what, you're going to draw a straight line all the way across that car from fender to fender, as a pinstriper. And it's like, no, you can't do that. And he takes a big old long brush and just pulls that line.
With a fat handle, and he holds it like a doorknob. And
Yeah. Just crazy skill that you can develop. Your muscle memory, it's like anything. Your muscle memory for anything, if it's developed, can get pretty impressive. You were talking about shooting.
Yep.
Being able to point shoot.
I can point a gun from the hip at you and hit you.
That's a great skill.
I bet I could outshoot you.
You with me aiming down the sights.
I bet I could outshoot you from 20 foot away. I bet I could outshoot you with you aiming. You at 15 feet and me at 30.
How many rounds have you exhausted to do this, get this development, this muscle memory for this?
I shot 500 Saturday.
Yep. That's what it takes. You got to put the work in.
We shoot. I mean, we go out and we shoot. I say 500. I bet it's close to 400. But I mean, I shot boxes
of 9mm only.
Noticeably lighter when I leave.
And you're being taught by a former cop, or is he still a cop?
Officer, current highway patrol trainer.
Mm-hmm.
He's NRA certified trainer. He's a certified concealed carry instructor. mean, he's
Yeah, that's
So-
that's what
he's
got you
impressive,
in.
man.
Is
We
he?
were shooting. So Saturday was just Michelle and I and him, and so we were shooting from about 15 to 20 foot away from the car. We were moving. You'd be close, you'd shoot from the hip, you'd step up, you'd raise it this high, you'd step out, you can't shoot this high. We're working on getting our movement and shoot, so you're not shooting with your foot raised. We did back and forth. And we'd do 60 rounds.
Mhm.
That's how many clips I had. 415. And we do it. And I thought I did pretty good. I was shooting at a play, and I'd shoot out of 60. I'd probably get 55 of them. I'd miss a couple. And some of them were on the end. I was all over the place.
Mhm.
I looked at his, and his are like that.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, I used to be really good.
Used to all go in the same hole. Yep,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
It's fun. I enjoy it. I mean, we're doing it to be security for a church.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope I never have to use it.
Oh, yeah.
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 I mean, you hear a noise in the middle of the night downstairs. There's nothing more comforting than knowing you got something you can take care of somebody.
Yep, you got whoever it is equalized. Doesn't matter if he's, if he looks like The Rock.
Yeah.
You got him equalized. If he's just got a baseball bat, he's a dead
No,
guy.
I'd put my shooting skills up against anybody.
Anyway, with a baseball bat.
Well, I would. If somebody,
Yeah.
I've shot a lot. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm following on X. Of course, we had the the atmosphere is just full of the Charlie Kirk shooting, and it was so awful. We had a little discussion beforehand, and a lot of the X shooting is all about the whether or not this guy was a professional sniper. There's so many people that want to believe, they want to make the jump all the way to an airplane that was there ready for him to take him out of country with their radar being turned off and all that stuff. He's just a guy. He's just a crazy guy that's has listened to a few of Charlie's talks and hates him.
Yeah.
And it was up there on that roof because he hated him and he shot him. And that's it. It's just that simple. It's a guy that, and I was telling
They
you,
don't know at this point. Right?
they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah,
It might be Mossad. I don't know. But
the sad part is, in our society, people have been so demonized from one political party to the other.
mm-hmm.
And same people that doesn't affect. You can tell me
Yeah,
whoever is the devil, and I go, well, I don't like them, but I don't think I need to take care of them.
well, like this Charlie Kirk people are. The South Park has taken off a segment that they had where they were making fun of Charlie Kirk pretty thoroughly, and Charlie Kirk, his reaction to it was he saw it and he made the little cartoon caricature of him that they did his little ID.
Oh yeah.
That was his reaction to it. He laughed and then made it his ID.
Well, I told somebody today, the problem is when I was a kid and you were a kid, my mom always told me words don't hurt you.
Yeah.
And we don't believe that anymore.
No, I guess not.
That talk is hate.
Well, the language, the people have come in and tried to change the language to their usage, and just change it at willy-nilly and act like words are violence.
That's not what I'm
Okay.
saying. What I'm saying is people feel like, because people always get mad and they go, well, you can't say that. But the thing is, it's words. So what he said didn't hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wasn't inciting people to violence that I know of. I haven't seen everything. But what I saw, he was just debating people. They didn't like what he said. And he usually won arguments, which always makes people mad.
Yeah.
But
people don't realize that
people
he's
say
not a
stuff I
guy
don't
that
like.
can. He's not a guy that can be shouted down with raw emotion. You can't sit up there and scream at him and expect him to go away. That's the power that these people have over experienced and are becoming. They feel like they can get up and scream you away.
Well,
That's
we
sad.
also have a lot of people in this country that are mentally ill.
Yes, they are. Yeah, I mean, well, anybody that will sit there and scream in your face is mentally ill, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue it takes something not right in your head to be. I'm going to be obsessed with going out, spending my time, protesting or whatever.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I get it, but some people seem to be obsessed with that sort of thing.
Or you go after somebody that could be considered just a little more right wing than just right in the very middle, and decide they're a Nazi, and that your goal in life is punch a Nazi. Of course, like I was saying before, that some of these people, they are also looking for action on the right. And they have to actually migrate to someplace like Portland, Oregon, to have confrontations. It's like, wait a second, why is all this happening in Portland, Oregon? These people are having to get on a plane to have these things.
Yeah, there's
and it's
something
like,
wrong in your life if that's what you do.
yeah. If you're going to now having these Antifa stream out of Portland, that's the thing to put a cork into. Keep those guys there. Don't allow them. Don't give them a per diem to go somewhere and burn someplace. That's just doesn't make any sense. So if you can find if you can find the NGO financing them,
well,
turn that
the
off.
guy at my work just went to Portland for a convention up there. And he said,
Well, I love that show, Portlandia, and I love the embracing umbrella concept of it. That it's full of weirdos. They're full of weirdos. That's fine. But
never seen it, so I can't comment.
you've never seen it? It's funny. It's funny.
No, I'll tell you, I'm definitely more an East Coast guy than a West Coast guy.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Given my choice, I'm going to travel east versus west in this country.
I've got a little East Coast longing in me. I'm the same as you. I fantasized about what it would be like to be there working for Marvel and all that. And I knew all those guys in the studio. Those are all Easties. I don't know where Jeff Jones ended up, but I think he stayed pretty much.
I think in New York, somewhere upstate.
Yeah,
maybe.
Somewhere upstate.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't.
Well, we've been
the
at
stuff I like is east of here. East.
yeah, everything you like. Yeah, you like New Orleans,
Like New Orleans.
which is another place they talk about being very out of control, violent. But you manage to find the places that it's not particularly violent.
Yeah, I mean, we hang around in mostly tourist places.
Yeah.
Well, part of the thing too, Michelle and I don't run around in the middle of the night.
Yeah. That's the other way to get yourself hurt is like to get out and go bar hopping.
If you're there wrong time of night.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, I
Yeah.
I would go to a movie at the Harkins at 9:00 on Saturday.
Yeah. You gotta.
I might, but I'd go prepared.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Well, we've been talking about 49 minutes, Scott. Mario didn't show up.
Yeah.
We came in just kind of winging it, just because we haven't talked in a while.
Yeah.
We were going to get together last week, weren't we?
Yeah, you bailed on me again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you bailed on yourself beforehand. Didn't you cancel in your own mind that you were
I
not
ended up
going?
not going downtown.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because I wasn't going to work. And I thought, you don't know, stay home and draw.
Yeah. What do you do when you go down there as early as 7 a.m.?
Oh, I'll go get me some coffee. Well, I mean, okay, so at 7, the sun's starting to come up.
Right.
I'll go get some coffee. I usually sit somewhere in the draw, like down, like by that gas station.
Yeah, yeah.
But they've taken some of the benches out. So one time I went by Factory Obscure and sit on their benches for a little bit. And then I found a couple benches down there. And then I'll
Factory Obscura is owned by a Flaming Lip.
Well, no, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
The building used to be.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll go to the memorial. One day I went to the memorial so early that the bathrooms were still locked up. But you can go in the tunnel. It's open at like 6, I think.
Wow, cool.
So I went down there and then I got coffee. I hung out. I practiced my cornhole so I could obliterate you next time.
That might be regional, Scott. What is cornhole?
Oh, yeah. Cornhole is that game where you toss a beanbag in the board.
Yeah. It's about what diameter of 12-inch diameter
It's a
hole?
little smaller than that, I think.
You think so?
Maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah, you're maybe 10-inch. Yeah, it's got a beanbag. Of course, if you hit the void, it's going in. That's all you got to do is hit 10 inches of and you
with
use
angle,
it.
so you can slide. It's
Yeah, you can slide into it. It'll go in if you hit it right, but it's as many steps away from it as you are, which is what? How many feet do you think you are from where you're?
25 feet, maybe.
Oh, is it 40?
No, 25 feet.
Yeah, okay, 25. You think? Okay.
20, 25, something like that.
Okay.
I noticed last time I was up there, they moved closer together.
Okay. Yeah, that's the deal. These things are movable. You can decide your rules for what you do.
Yeah, it's kind of a rednecky thing, but
It's like horseshoes. Yeah, it is. It's basically horseshoes without
it is
the
basically
clank.
horseshoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also it's several sports. It's golf. It's frisbee golf. It's anything you can think of where you got to put it in the hole. Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah.
So you do that. You can do that. I was just thinking if we wanted to ever film a Last Man on Earth, that'd be the time to go down there, huh? I bet you're all alone when you're down there at 7 a.m. aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Of course, you can get down there and feel like you're the last man on Earth anyway, just about any time. There's not a big crowd.
Unless it's a holiday weekend, it seems like there's less people downtown. Man.
Yeah. It's like,
which is good and bad.
Yeah. You want it to be something that invites people down.
I tell you what the problem I'm running into is there's less places to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to keep their head above water. If you got a payroll, you got a burn rate. If you don't have any customers, you're not going to do it for fun. Yeah.
There's the hot dog place.
Yeah.
There's that food court that only has about 4 spots in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's some nice restaurants.
Yeah.
Talk about like just a lunch. There's an Italian buffet. There used to be 2 Subways. They're both gone. There's no sandwich place. Well, there's one in Leadership Square. There's City Bites. And then there's that cafe. I don't know what they make. They do sandwiches too, I think. There's a sushi place occasionally in Leadership Square, but they're not open all the time. Because I keep telling them, so you need to come down here. I'm like, never mind, they're not open.
Now, is that a place that used to be in there used to be when we would go in there and check out all the teller booths that were still in the bank? That turned into a restaurant. Is that still
a restaurant? Yeah, it's called
Is it-
Tellers.
It's called the Tellers. Is
Yeah.
it still? Is it still there? Is it still going?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Michelle and I ate there. Well, it's been a little while.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean it's $150.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Back then, no telling what it is now.
you and I are not going there for lunch.
Yeah, yeah, and for
I'm not going
fun.
there for lunch by myself.
Yeah. And we've been to the Devon Tower, which is
Oh
our
yeah, there
our
is a
tallest
cafe
high
in
rise.
there. Yeah.
They've got a buffet, and they
Well,
wouldn't let me come in with a hat on.
They wouldn't let you come. Oh, that's right.
They wouldn't let
Tried
me
to
in
take
with a
that
cap
down.
on, trying to hide my ugly snake head.
Yeah, that's right.
They wouldn't-
You could go in shorts and t-shirts, but they wouldn't let you wear a hat.
Wouldn't let me wear a hat.
That's funny.
I
Yeah, I
don't-
haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah,
I haven't been to that buffet since COVID.
yeah. We went there once.
That was kind of pricey.
Yeah, we went there with Barry once, and
Yeah,
I guess
very
that's been.
nice.
I guess that's been about it, and maybe you and me went there one other time.
Yeah, it seems like we may have. I've been there once with Michelle. Once or twice.
Hmm.
Yeah, you go to their website and they'll put what they got on the buffet. It's not real big.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you were
Yeah,
talking
but it's
about in the ground floor, there's kind of a cafeteria.
Oh yeah,
that you
there's a
go
big,
in.
big food court down
Yeah, I
the
don't
bottom
remember
of the
going there
Devon.
for some reason.
Hmm. Well,
And
now
there's and there's that cafe in that one building next to the library. I think I've decided I don't like eating there.
well, and like you say, that hot dog place. What's that called? It's called Coney Island.
Coney Island. Been there since the
You-
30s or something.
yeah,
like that.
yeah, you couldn't dynamite that place out of existence. It's been there so long, and they've got another version of it in they're the same people in Nob Hill,
Where's Nob Hill?
or is it Capitol Hill? Capitol Hill. I'm sorry. No, Nob Hill
Nob
is the
Hill's
name
in
of one of the
San Francisco.
theaters. One of the theaters is called Nob Hill, and Capitol Hill is the name of the region, which is just.
I know it's on the south side.
If you were to walk across that bridge with the big ironwork on it, that is supposed to be a Swallowtail Bridge over to
yeah.
Swallowtail Park, if you walked across that bridge, you would be a couple of blocks from Capitol Hill.
Oh, so it's close to the.
Yeah, it's close to. Yeah, it is comparatively close. You could go down
You could,
Shields. You could go down Shields, and you'd be there in 20
Jiffy.
minutes. Yeah, in a jiffy.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on going downtown tomorrow if you want to meet me.
I guess it's going to be hot as hell, isn't it? Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. What time are you going to show up? 7 a.m.?
No. I got to work, and I left early today, so I got to work for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Give or take, I'll probably be down there about between 9:30 and 10.
Well, I'm not doing anything special. We could do it and enjoy it. Yeah, we could do that. Walk around, unless you wanted, if you got some reason you want to go to some spots that would
But they
you're
don't
worried
allow
about
you.
you're worried they would bore me, where you wanted to spend 2 hours doing something.
I do have to go to the bank.
Okay.
At noon, it'll be 86.
Yeah, it'll be hot enough, but not killer.
No, I don't think it'll be too. The high is 90. What, 91?
Mm-hmm.
So, I tell you what, I'm gonna be there. If you want to meet me, you can email me or call me.
Okay.
I won't plan on you being there unless you hear from me.
Okay, then, you probably won't hear from me.
Well,
If that's all I have to do is not send you a
if
note.
you have to put out effort to meet
If
me
I have
there,
to put out effort, I won't be there.
whatever. I'm not gonna. I don't want to drag you around.
Yeah. No, you give me a 7 a.m. rendezvous time. You aren't going to find me there. I'll think about it, and I won't be there. Okay, I'm going to end the stream, Scott. 59 minutes. That's good enough.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. I'll try to add some links of some stuff we talked about in stream.